Hello and welcome back to our special coverage of President Barack Obama's national address on executive orders and immigration. J.D. Hayworth here with me on the set, and also joining us now is John Funn with us on the phone. John Funn is a columnist for the National Review Online, also an editor for the American Spectator. John, it's great to have you with us.
Pleasure, thank you.
All right, so I'm sure you've heard the speech. We were talking in the break about a constitutional crisis this has set up. Can you give us some sort of comparison in terms of historical perspective on a similar constitutional crisis of this magnitude?
Well, there was a vice president of the United States named John Calhoun, who in the 1830s declared that states should have nullification of the laws that he didn't like, passed by Washington. Andy Jackson threatened the use of federal troops. There was a potential civil war that brewed in the 1830s until South Carolina. Calhoun state backed down, and we delayed the Civil War for another 30 years.
And mindful of that historical...
Otherwise, have a nice day.
Well, yeah, no, John, here's the thing. Coming up at 9 o'clock, our Newsmax documentary special, I Killed JFK, we think about dramatic moments in history, and yet it seems President Obama was trying to underplay this somewhat tonight. That it's nothing different from what Ronald Reagan or George H.W. Bush did, that it's just a reasonable and necessary executive order.
J.D., his own legal advisors and the president in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013 said over and over again he did not have the power to do this. He did not have the power to rewrite the basis on which people would be allowed to stay in this country, which is far beyond prosecutorial discretion. And suddenly in 2014, after 5 or 6 years of saying he didn't have the power, he suddenly has the power. How believable is that?
The only problem is, John, those same lawyers who advised him the other direction tomorrow are circling the wagons, and you get a brand new fiction out of this White House that the dominant media culture will swallow hook, line, and sinker.
Well, except that it's incumbent upon the rest of us to take all of President Obama's statements on videotape, and just as his integrity was undermined when people heard over and over again, if you like your doctor, you can keep him. If you like your health care plan, you can keep it. I think we have to play those video excerpts over and over again because they're Obama in his own words, and that's the best possible witness against Barack Obama.
Well, John, we just heard from Congressman Peter King saying that there are still different ideas on how to deal with this exactly in the Republican caucus. What is your level of confidence in the party to have a unified response to this?
I think we have to take a deep breath and not take automatically the bait that Barack Obama has put out. Remember, part of the reason Barack Obama is doing this is he wants Republicans to hyperventilate. He wants Republicans to overreact. He wants Republicans to say ugly things that Hispanic Americans will take offense to. And I talked to somebody who had a meeting with a top advisor at the White House just last week, and they asked this top advisor at the White House, well, the courts are probably going to throw this out. And even if they don't throw it out, the next president, if it's a Republican, can rescind it on January 20th, 2017. And the White House advisor's response was, we don't care. It is a mistake to view this as a policy measure. This is a political measure. This is a political measure to try to pander to 5 million people who they potentially think will become new citizens soon, and they will supposedly have all kinds of gratitude to Obama for taking them out of the shadows. And it's a political move in that he's trying to get the Republicans to overreact, to distract attention from other issues. The bottom line is, of course we have to oppose Obama. Of course we have to pursue this in the courts. But the court timeline is much different than the political timeline. It doesn't yield results or satisfaction as quickly as we would like.
Well, time is something we'd all like to have more of, John, and I thank you for your analysis, but we are running up against the clock here, and we have to say goodnight. We will see what happens. Still a lot of questions remain, J.D. A political move?
John's on target. The whole idea, 5 million new Democrat voters, that's what this is about. First, last, and always. That's what the president's legacy, he hopes, will be. It'll turn the United States into a third world country.
Now, we'll see what happens. Thank you very much for joining us here on Newsmax TV. Coming up immediately following this, I Killed JFK, a special documentary you won't want to miss. John Bachman, J.D. Hayworth, thank you so much for being with us.